This is Showcase, Faculty Exhibition 8 at the Jule Museum. Here's Isaac Cohen talking about the process behind his work.
This project is called Race and the Control of Public Parks, and it's actually been a project that I have been working on for over the last 10 years, and it started just after I completed my Master's of Landscape Architecture and moved to Dallas and was working at Building Community Workshop there, a nonprofit community design center, and had the opportunity to start to take some of the things that I was thinking about in school and start to apply them to actual projects that we were working on and really start to figure out how do I take my interest in landscape architecture and kind of social issues and start to ask questions of what this profession can do. So it started off as a research project, and then over the last 10 years has been research project. It's been professional practice and used when I moved to Studio Outside and really worked as a practice in the world of landscape architecture, kind of very specifically. But the project maps 110 years of the history of the public park system in Dallas, Texas, in relationship to racial segregation, and asks questions about what it means to be public and how a public park can both do really great things, bring people together, create healthy, beautiful spaces in the city, but also just in the way that we know schools were used to segregate the city, public transportation, private businesses, that public parks were also part of that system of segregation, especially in the Jim Crow South. So this project traces that history and asks what it means to be public and how we might reconsider the actions taken when designing a public park and how we can actually today learn from that past to make places more public and kind of open, really truly open to all citizens. So the first image is really the opening for the work, giving the viewer a chance to start to understand what the project is about. And it looks at the case where Love Field in Dallas, Texas, was built over a portion of a neighborhood called Elm Thicket. And it was built over a park, Elm Thicket Park, and the Hilliard Memorial Golf Course, which was the first golf course that was dedicated to Black residents in the city. So there's a really incredible image from the Dallas Morning News of a bulldozer clearing land for the expansion of a runway with a golfer standing on the green attempting to putt, right? So you get this juxtaposition between progress in the city and infrastructure in the city and public park space, and how public park space that is critical for the health of citizens and the kind of vital life of the city is sacrificed for that progress, and specifically sacrificed in communities of color around the city. The rest of the images really show the variety of historical resources, from maps to photographs to demographic mapping and archival research, that form the background of the work and really inform the analysis. And then flowing from that are a series of what we called spatial controls, where we can start to take the lessons learned from that archival research and diagram through drawing what those elements of public parks that actually start to segregate the city are. We illustrate that then in a case study, one in Griggs Park, where we see the highway expanding and the park being eaten away by the highway, but also the park destroying homes in the neighborhood to be expanded. And those are all illustrated through, again, archival photographs and maps, but also quotes from city archives and newspaper articles at the time that describe these actions throughout the city. The final image really is about what lessons we can learn and what park processes are happening today, and how we might apply some of these lessons again to major park developments that are happening in the city of Dallas, and ask these questions about what makes a park public and how we might work to heal the mistakes of the past, and especially the mistakes that we have made as a profession. What lessons can we learn, and how we can do our work better and truly achieve the definition that we all want to believe in of a public park, that it serves everyone, that it serves to create a healthier, more vibrant city, somewhere where we all want to gather together and experience, everything from wildlife in the city to a concert in the park to playing sports together.